Hello everybody, in this lecture we will learn how to create functions with Lambda. The Lambda function is a way to create small and simple anonymous functions without a name. As we know, normal functions are defined using the def keyword, but anonymous functions are defined using the Lambda keyword. However, Lambda function is not suitable to create complex functions. Usually we use Lambda functions for simple and small functions. Now I will first create a normal function with def keyword, and after that I will create this function with Lambda keyword, and we'll see the differences between how to create normal functions and also Lambda. Okay, firstly I will create a normal function. I will say name it double. Okay, double x column, and after that I will say return x times 2. Right, this is our normal function how to create. And after that, here I want to say double, for example for 2, it's our result is 4. Right, now I will create this function with Lambda. To do that I will say I will name it double 1. Okay, and I will say lambda, after that x, because this is my argument, right, and after that I will say make double of x. That's all. This is how to create our functions with Lambda. As you see here, we didn't use return value here because we don't need return value to use in Lambda. Okay, now I press shift and enter, and if I want to use my function I need to say double 1, and after that, for example 7, shift enter. As you see, it said returns me 14. This is correct function for when we create with lambda our function. And let's do another example. For example, here I will say def and sum. Okay, now I will use 2 arguments, not 1. Okay, a and b, and after that I will say here print. This time I will not use return value. Print a plus b. Okay, and here if I say sum 3 and 4, it will return me 7. Right, how I can create this function with Lambda? It's also simple. I will say here sum 1. Okay, and here what I need to say, I will say lambda. Now I have 2 variables, so to do that I will say a comma b column only a plus b, because I want to make addition between my variables. Right, and now shift enter. Now I will say sum 1, sorry, here and say code. I will say here sum 1 and for 3 and 4. Right, 3 4, and now shift, and as you see it said 7. This is, we got same result with our Lambda function. Let's make another example. Now I want to use 3 arguments. Okay, and to do that I will say sum 2. Okay, it's set, it's equal to lambda x, y and z, and column. After that I need to say x plus y plus z. That's all. Now how can I use my function? I need to type my function name, and after that I need to type here my variables, actually my integers or float number, doesn't matter. I will say 1, 2 and 3. Now as you see it said it returns us 6, because if we make addition between 1, 2 and 3 it will be 6. Right, this is also correct. And now let's make another example. I want to find odd number with my function. Firstly I want to type my normal function with def keyword, and after that I will type it with lambda add x. How can I find it? I need to say here return x percent 2 is equal to 1. Right, this is how to find odd or even numbers. Right, and now if I say here, for example, my function name add, and for the 3, if it is true, it is odd number, it must return me true. Right, and if it is even number, it must return me false. Now I will press shift and enter. As you see, it said this is true because 3 is a odd number. Okay, now how can I create this function with lambda? It's also simple. I will say odd is equal to my function name lambda x and column, and after I need to say here x percent 2 is equal 1. That's all. Now let's try it, and I will say odd for example 8. This is even number. As you see, it said this is false because this is not a odd number. Now for example, let's say for 11, shift and enter. As you see, it returns me true because 11 is a odd number. Okay, and also I want to show you how you can use if and else statement in our lambda functions. This is also simple. Firstly, I want to create a normal function that I will say def func. Okay, and after that I will say num here, and I want to say if num is greater than 10, here say print number is big. Okay, now after that here for the else, I want to say else number print number is not big. Okay, shift and enter. Now let's see how it is working. I will say func, for example, let's say 5. As you see, else block was executed and it said it's not big number. If I say func 11, it said number is big because our number is greater than 10, right? Now how we can create this function with lambda? It's also simple. I will say func is equal to lambda x column. After that I'm to type my string here, and I will say number is big. Okay, here, and I will use if x is greater than 10. Okay, for the else I will say here else, and now my string number is not big. This is how to use if and else statement in our lambda functions. Okay, now shift and enter. As you see, now I will say func, let's say 7. As you see, it said number is not big because now is else block was executed. Now if I say func 50, okay, now as you see, it said number is big because if block was executed. Okay, and the last example, how to create a inverse function with lambda. To that I will say inverse, okay, is equal to lambda, and I want to create a string, and the string, as you remember, we already solved this, how we can find the inverse of a string. Here I need to say his column, and for the last one I need to say -1, right? Here shift and enter. Now I will say my function name inverse, and after that here I will type my string. I will say hello, I am a Python code. Okay, now I will press shift and enter. As you see, I got my inverse of my sentence, right? This is how to create function with lambda, and that's all. See you in the next.